back to another rousing episode at the And I've Always Said That podcast. I'm your host, Meghan.
I'm Taylor.
I'm JoJo.
And I'm Nikki.
We're feeling a little bit in low spirits today, so if Taylor seems a little shy, for the audio listeners, if you can't tell, Taylor's a little hungover.
And by a little, a lot. Down bad.
And so we're all kind of feeling like the Walmart versions of ourselves today.
I'm okay.
This is Always Said That pod cozy version.
Straight up going cozy mode right now.
We are in cozy mode right now.
So yeah, today we're going to be talking about Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, the questionable buccal fat removal of Liam Payne, kind of getting into why Taylor's feeling a little bit Walmart today, perhaps.
The debrief on what has led us to cozy mode today.
Yeah.
And then Nikki went on a rousing first date this week that we're going to have to get
we
into.
are literally 1 minute in and you have said the word rousing, but I don't think rousing.
It's a rousing.
But she said rousing both times.
I thought you said
You
a
have
rousing.
said rousing a lot of times.
Have
and
I really?
And I don't think it's a real word, if I'm being
But
honest.
also, why would our podcast episode be arousing?
No, it's not arousing, it's rousing.
No, that's not a word.
I swear that's a
No.
word.
I'm looking it up.
Fact check it, Taylor.
Sound off in the comments down below if that's a real word.
I'm gonna attach for the visual listener. I'm gonna attach the definition right here.
Rousing.
Bring out of sleep. Awaken.
Oh,
Yeah.
Meghan wins.
Well, it's rouse.
But rousing. Just
Are you
making
sure
it.
it's not ruse?
No,
No.
a ruse is like
Maybe it is ruse, because
Rousing?
stir a liquid, especially beer, while brewing.
But like a roux is like what you make before you make mac and
That-
cheese
no,
with flour.
We discussed this last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but a ruse is different than a roux.
Yeah. Cause
But I'm
to
saying-
feel angry or excited. The
Okay,
crowds were roused
I-
to fever pitch by the drama of the race.
I am saying rousing.
I'm accepting that rousing is a word. I still am not convinced Meghan used it correctly. Also, describing my podcast and describing my date is two completely different things. There is not a single word that could literally align the two of those things.
Well, let's get into it then, I guess.
Okay.
I was going to say follow along, but you're already listening.
Yep.
So, Taylor Swift Eras Tour. I have things to say. I'm going to be spitballing some facts at you guys. So, would you believe me right here, right now, if I told you that Taylor Swift is performing 44 songs on
A
her
night?
Eras? Yes.
So
It is
44
3
songs
hours long.
with 0 to no breaks. Minimal
That-
costume change breaks. That's it.
You need like a nap.
Yeah.
For a listener.
Yeah, I saw a tweet with her set list, and I thought, there was the more thing, so I clicked it, and I was like, there's no way, especially because, and we'll get into it, we just went to a concert this weekend, and all of the concerts I've been to, there's an opening act. It's never the singer or band just playing straight through for 3 hours. I don't know how she could, let alone have any energy, but a voice after
Literally.
that. I have no clue.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Is she having an opener?
Oh, she's having
She's-
different openers for every show, and they are like the most heavenly
The
openers
best
you could ever
group of
want.
openers. There's like 2 for each show, and I think they change like at least 3 or 4 different times throughout the whole tour. But for the New York shows, it's going to be Gracie Abrams and Phoebe Bridgers, and Meghan and I do not have tickets. Well, I don't have tickets. Confirmed you don't have tickets yet, right?
For the New York show. I haven't told you this yet. Quinn invited me to Boston to go see Taylor Swift.
Did you get tickets for it?
Quinn did. So her dad was going, and then I guess her dad dropped out.
Her
so
dad
she was like,
going to Taylor Swift?
she's like, do you want to come? It's in
Oh
Boston.
my
So I was like,
God.
yeah.
Boston's a quick 4-hour car ride.
Well, I'd be flying because guess what I'm doing that Saturday? I'm going to another concert. But speaking of that, with her openers, they're like established artists. Like they're not opening artists. It's kind of like when Five Sauce opened for One Direction the second time in a row, where they could have been like doing not stadiums at that point, but they could have definitely been selling out theaters.
Yeah.
And they still opened for them the second time just because they were having so much fun.
Yeah. Like
They were shooting the shit with the boys.
with the emos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I also wanted to talk about for Taylor Swift's tour. She has this point in the show. I think it's after she sings her like Red section, and she does like a stage dive. But the way that the stage is set up, it looks like she like dives into. We're gonna insert the video. It looks like she like dives into a river, and they. Hold on, I'm gonna take a coughing break. It looks like she dives into the river, but she actually just like does a literal stage dive like into like inside the stage, and then the animation on the whole catwalk of the stage is like her swimming underneath. So it literally looks like she like dives into the stage, swims underneath of it, and then by the time that like the fake her is done, she's like back on this side of the stage, and like there she is.
Wow.
Crazy.
Didn't see that.
Like,
I thought when you said state, I thought she dove into fans.
Oh, no.
No, she did not stage
She
dive.
swam through the fans.
Like, I saw it for the first time and I was like, is she underwater right now? Like, that would be crazy. It took
soaking
me
wet when she comes back.
It literally took me forever to like figure out how, and then I realized it was just fake.
Wow.
So, but it was very cool. I'm gonna show you guys the video later.
But also, moral of the story is me and Nikki will be trying everything in our power to go to the MetLife New York shows.
I know.
Due to the fact that I need to see her, and Phoebe is opening that show, so they'll probably do a little rendition of Nothing New. And Gracie Abrams is opening, and I need to see that one song that I can't think of the name currently live.
The new one, yeah.
Wait, it's at MetLife?
Mm-hmm.
It's a stadium tour.
I know someone who works at MetLife.
So do I.
Oh, yeah.
So, is anyone pulling some strings?
Unfortunately, I don't know the person well enough to be like, hey.
It's not going to be like your time with Billy Joel.
No. Actually, it could be because I'm assuming that we're going to end up having to go to the box office and just kind of be like, hello.
Yeah.
Similar to Billy Joel. For those listening who wants the Billy Joel story, just like a brief summary, if you want more information, we'll give you more information. Comment down below. But me and Taylor got to go see Billy Joel for free as special guest of Billy Joel when we waited out of the box office for tickets. Someone that worked for Billy Joel came up to us and gave us tickets when the show started. So that was really awesome and something magical about living in New York that can only happen here.
Yeah, that show was what, 2.5 hours?
He
2
did
hours?
a long show for being, just a little old dude.
It was just so long.
Like sits there, stands there.
Yeah.
She's dancing. It's crazy.
At the end, Billy Joel got up. He was doing microphone tricks. He was.
At the end, he got up.
He did get up.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I do feel like concerts are getting shorter and shorter, though. Do you guys feel like that? Like, I feel like they used to be longer. I also feel like, well, we weren't alive for that era, but like people would come out, like encores weren't such as expected. Like, they were just kind of like, if the person was having a good time, they'd come out and do like 3 encores.
Well,
no one's doing that nowadays.
when we saw Måneskin, they did come out for a really long encore because we had by the time it ended, it was like 11 or 11:30. The actual concert itself wasn't that long. It was probably like, I'd say like 2.5 hours, right? Including the encore. But their encore was really long. Like, Thomas had a 9-minute guitar solo.
Yeah, so it was like 9-10 minutes of like just guitar, but it was like 2 more songs.
Yeah. And then we just went to a concert this weekend, Inhaler, which we'll be getting into, but that was like...
It was really short.
That was like 2 hours. It was perfect, honestly.
Yeah, it was. But like, that's like fine, but when you have like a really expensive tickets, like a stadium show...
Yes.
Looking at you, Harry Styles, why are you simply performing for 1 hour and 15 minutes? Like, you have the catalog to be performing longer, and he just doesn't. Like,
yeah.
I get it. Touring's like tiring.
It's also
but
your
also,
profession.
It's your profession. Do a shorter tour and make the shows more like worthwhile. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
After some, like, coming from someone who has seen him on like all of the tours that he's done, I like really couldn't believe this like most recent run of shows, it was so short.
How I view it is that if I'm going to a smaller venue and I didn't pay that much for the ticket, it can be as short as they want because I didn't invest a ton of money in it and I'm just going to dance and have fun, and it could have even been a spur of the moment thing. But if I'm paying hundreds of dollars or even like $200 for a ticket, it has to be worth my while.
Give me the theatrics.
Yeah, exactly. And also
put a firework in your ass.
A lot of musicians justify the high price, like before it even hits resellers, because they say it costs money to put on the shows to entertain people. It's not just us, you know, singing, it's the lights and the, you know, the theatrics and whatever. So where is it?
Yeah.
Literally.
That is like the Jonas Brothers. They just did like the little week-long residency at the theater. Those tickets for like nosebleeds were $600. You know how much a pit ticket for Harry Styles is? $200.
Wow.
For
Really?
Madison Square Garden.
Really?
That's like the that's
the
face value
face
200.
value. Wow.
And they were charging $600 for nosebleeds.
Wait, that was their
Face value?
face value?
Yeah, face value is 200. Anytime I've been when I'm finna be in the pit, I've only ever paid $200 to be in the pit.
I've never paid more than
Like Halloween when we went,
How
that
did
was
Tara
$200.
pay? What did she pay? Like
Probably
$25,000.
resellers.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What'd you say? $25,000?
I thought it was 10,000.
I thought it was
Total.
30,000.
No, I think it was 10,000.
For what?
To
see
see Harry
Harry
Styles
finna be in the
multiple
pit.
times.
She paid like the first round of tickets was like 1,000 something, and then she like lost those tickets, and then
What do you mean she lost them?
or they didn't work, or
Oh.
I don't know
She
what
got
was
like
it,
scammed or something.
scammed or something.
Oh,
on, like,
she ate the money.
and then the only ticket that was like available was like several $1,000s with, you know, fees and whatever. I think the total was like 10,000.
I mean, I guess if you have money to burn, whatever, but I just can't imagine. I can't imagine spending that money on a ticket.
I think about that situation. Well, I was actually just watching a video essay on her, but I think about like the videos she was posting at the concert though were literally her and her friend like rolling around on the ground, like
in the pit.
not even looking,
Gonna be
and like I mean, they were having a great time. They were enjoying themselves, but they weren't even like you can roll around on your floor to Harry Styles at home.
Well, do you remember when we went to Harryween and
I would
everyone was on the floor?
I would love to not remember that.
Everyone was rolling around on the floor during falling.
It was so gross.
And then there's the people in the blow up pig costume.
And then people were doing the same thing because he went in to play Medicine and then Womanizer. Wait.
by Britney Spears.
Toxic. Sorry.
Toxic.
Toxic.
He's a womanizer. I'm something of a womanizer myself.
Yeah, he played Toxic. And everyone was just like rolling around on the ground. And I was like, first of all, it's disgusting. But also, like, aren't you there to, like, see him? I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the point of going to a show. You're supposed to be paying attention.
Yeah, she
to the
paid
person.
$10,000 to literally roll around on the ground with her friend and make TikToks.
Harry Styles pit culture is
Something else.
Oh my
a
god.
whole podcast episode
I
in
was
its own.
literally just gonna say it's its own episode.
You have never met worse people when you're finna be in the pit.
But
And you've
also-
also never met some of the best people that are in the pit.
You know, it's interesting because I've never been to a pop concert.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever been to rock concerts and
Mosh.
and there's such good etiquette in like the rock genre, like the community of people who go to concerts. There's such good etiquette. There is, because people go crazy. There are actual rules.
I will say, I got caught in a mosh once. I went to an outdoor concert, and it was like Two Hands, which is a reggae band. So I went, oh, cool. It'll be like a...
Moshing at a reggae
It
concert?
was... I got... My sunglasses broke because I had my sunglasses on top of my head because it was an all-day concert, and then tonight it was like a 12-hour concert. Festival, whatever. And some people were... crowd surfing, and somebody got dropped on my head and my sunglasses broke.
Don't you
my
have a
God.
Snapchat of you covered in dirt?
I was so dirty. Like my brand new white Vans were black. I sneezed black. Like it was
In her London era.
I'll see if I still have the photo and insert it.
No, go to like a Metallica concert or something. It like the most polite people you'll ever meet in the pit.
Well, that's the craziest thing about Harry Styles concerts is his thing is treat people with kindness. And those people are not treating anybody with any sort of kindness.
No.
Once he gets on the stage, those are the meanest girls you've ever met.
Honestly, hot take. Like, I've met so many people who are diehard fans of him, who have all of the merch, treat people with kindness. They are the meanest people I've ever met in my life.
They are not treating anyone with kindness if their life depended on it.
No.
And they smell bad.
Yeah, we're camping outside for like days on end in the rain. Harry Styles has to be up there going, this place reeks.
Well, because he used to come out to every concert and be like, you all smell amazing. He doesn't do that anymore.
Did he used to do that?
Yeah, for years.
Well,
It's a family show.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Speaking in the one direction.
Perfect
In
segue.
the one direction.
Perfect segment. Segue.
The One Direction cinematic universe.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Liam Payne.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Who 100%, in my opinion, got buccal fat removal.
I saw a photo that was a side-by-side, so I'll send it to you to insert in here.
Sure.
But that man has gotten the buccal fat removed.
And it's crazy because I thought that, like, we were over that. Like, no one was doing it anymore.
It's so out right now.
Well, it's due to the fact that everyone got it removed, so no one has to talk about it anymore.
You are so right.
You know what's crazy?
You are so right.
What's craziest to me, though, is that this is a guy who has classic, like, masculine features. He didn't need to look any more masculine than he does. And a lot of people get their buccal fat removed to, like, carve out their cheekbones and have hollowness. And if you don't have a naturally angled or chiseled jawline, it'll help that illusion. And he really didn't need it.
Now he just looks like handsome Squidward.
Well, he's like a classically handsome man. I don't think there was any reason for him to, like, take the next step and get even more classically handsome. Because now it's at the point where it's like,
Questionably.
I would argue, to your point, Taylor, I would argue that it makes him look more feminine, which isn't a bad thing, but, like, I don't think it was doing what he wanted it to do. And, like, he had, like, such a normal-looking face, and it literally makes him look so, like, plastic.
Yeah, it's hard because, like, I am not someone who's against plastic surgery. I think if it's going to improve your quality of life or whatever, you know, do what makes you happy.
Me getting a lip flip.
Me getting my nose job. But it's when you look at these people in these photos, they still look miserable. They don't look happy.
Well, something's up with him.
Yeah.
And I think he even said, like, for the past few months, like, I've been down.
Well, because in his, like, post to Louis, like, praising him for the movie, which we're going to have to go and,
Louis praising for the movie?
Liam praising Louis just released a movie, kind of like a documentary about, like, his rise to fame and, like, things he struggled with.
Is that the one we're seeing?
We will be seeing it,
We will be taking a walk to the nearest theater.
All I knew was that we were seeing a movie that had something to do with Louis.
Yes, that is the movie.
Okay.
This is the movie.
But Liam had gone to the premiere and then posted, like, this beautifully written paragraph, like, thanking Louis for, like, thanking him in the movie kind of thing. And he's like, I'm so sorry I wasn't there for your struggles. Like, I was going through it on my own, too. Like, I'm so sorry it was so hard for me to, like, see other people and, like, reach out to other people because I was struggling, too. So that was kind of it. He looks healthier now. He doesn't look as, like, well, you know, even with the buccal fat removal.
Yeah, like, he was, like, starting to look normal again. And I literally, I saw that. I don't even know how. I think I saw it on my Twitter For You page, which is chef's kiss. I love that. But I saw the picture and I sent it in our group chat and I was like, this has to be fake. Like, this has to be fake. And, like, you know, for some celebrities, like, they really have no shame about what procedures they get done. Yeah. Like, you know, they go from, like, 0 to 100, like Khloe Kardashian. Some of the stuff she posts.
And won't even admit that she did anything.
Yeah, or, like, Kylie Jenner. Like,
how many years did she lie about her lips?
Yeah.
It's just her Kylie lip kit.
Exactly. So, like, it was so jarring because I feel like I can't remember the last time or if ever I've seen a guy go from 0 to 100, like, looking so incredibly different.
Simon Cowell.
Yeah, and like you know, not
Talk
that
about
he,
someone who got lip flip.
yeah, like not that he should try and hide it, but I don't know. It was just
Jarring.
Yeah, it was just very jarring to me because I've literally been staring at his face for like 10 years now, and it was it was just a really weird moment. So I hope that he's happy with the results. So
Period. Just hope he's happy. you know?
yeah,
Yeah, I really just hope he's happy. He seems to be having a rough go at it for a little while there. And I want nothing but the best for any member of One Direction at the end of the
He had
day.
a kid. I just remembered that just now.
yes, Liam Payne, father of Bear Payne.
Bear.
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 Is that how he says it?
I don't know.
Bear.
I just like saying it in that
Bear.
accent. Bear.
Bear.
Take care, brush your bear.
Hey,
Yes.
you done?
Thank you. Needed that.
We needed that. We haven't had it in a while.
Okay, well.
Yeah. So, well, we can start off the weekend debrief with a part of our weekend that I can also circle back to Louis Tomlinson. You just got to give me a few minutes. So, what?
You just got to give me a few minutes.
Well, I'll get there. You just
Get
gotta
into
give
it.
me a few minutes.
You were like news broadcasting.
What?
You sounded like an anchor or something.
Ooh, it's kind of
Tonight
sexy.
at 7, I'll bring it back to Louis Tomlinson.
But
Stay tuned.
Just give me a few minutes.
Yeah, everyone, stay tuned. I will bring this back to Louis Tomlinson, as I can literally everything in my life bring it back to Louis Tomlinson. So, JoJo and I went to a concert on Friday night, which was St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone who celebrated.
Yes, shout out to all the Irish people.
To
out
anyone who
there.
identifies as Irish.
Shout out to Niall Horn attending the White House.
Yeah, shout out to that video that Niall posted I don't know, he posted it everywhere, but he tagged the White House, and it was so
For some reason,
uncomfortable.
Joe Biden invited him to the White House. It got barricaded.
It was so
For St. Patrick's
uncomfortable.
Day.
For St.
Yeah.
Patrick's Day.
This is a big
Hated
One
it.
Direction episode.
Huge. So JoJo and I went to a concert on St. Patrick's Day, and we saw the band Inhaler and a band called Sunroom that was opening for them. And we had known of Sunroom because JoJo sent a TikTok like a couple months ago, and I had like listened to a couple of their songs, like followed them on Spotify, whatever, but
I was getting ads for them actually on TikTok a few times when they had not that many subscribers, maybe like less than 100,000. And then I kept getting ads, and I think they're at a couple 100,000 now, maybe like, I'm going to fact check myself. I want to say at least like maybe 2 or 300,000.
good for them.
So TikTok had been microdosing me with Sunroom.
They had been on our radar.
Yeah, and then I was recommended Inhaler just from like a curated Spotify playlist, and we happened to see that they were going to be playing at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
I used the magical little Spotify feature where you can check like the most recent concerts or like the concerts where that artist is going to be in your area, and I sent a screenshot to Joe. This was literally like 10 days ago, and I sent a screenshot to Joe, and I was like, oh my god, not only is Inhaler performing next week, but Sunroom is opening for them. So huge moment for us.
Huge. And I kept saying to Nikki like the past few months, I really want to go to more concerts in 2023. I want to go to more, not like super local, but less huge scale ones. I just want to go for the experience, and I want to do more of that because we had so much fun going to Måneskin together, even though that was very much like mainstream. So it was kind of last minute. I mean, we only bought the tickets probably like a week out. I had exactly a week to learn all of their discography.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can get into the concert. It was so much fun.
It was really fun. Like, Both of them put on such a good show.
Sounded both bands, honestly, I thought sounded better in person.
Definitely.
They were amazing live performances. We did end up paying $60 for drinks. That was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Did you get any merch?
No, because when we came in, we had floor tickets. There were so many teenagers just flooding the merch area, and I was like, you know what?
It's their God-given right.
I was like, it's their God-given right. This is for them. It's okay if I really,
for them.
if I really need it, I'll like find it somewhere on the internet. But I was alarmed. I mean, and again, I'm a very new fan to both of these fan bases. There were so many like younger people. Nikki and I were one of the only people in our area, like huge area, that had the over 21 wristbands on.
It was like so many children, and then just like all of their parents like clustered like to the side. It was really like not it.
And it's funny because it's not like not children, but it's not like middle school music either.
Sounds like Leonardo DiCaprio would have a field day at this concert.
I mean, they were literally like 11.
There was
so.
there was one kid who kept running between me and Nikki like throughout the whole night. He was literally, I'd say at the youngest maybe like 8 years old, oldest maybe like 10, just like this little boy, not a parent in sight, running between us. And I was just thinking,
where is this child's parents?
who let you in? How? I mean,
Who let you in?
and there were so many like teenage girls too. There were a few like couples like spread out who were. There was this really tall couple in front of us. You know, this shouldn't even be a hot take. If you are a 6 foot tall man or a 5'10" tall woman and you're in the pit and you know that everyone around you is shorter than you, you are an asshole for blocking their view. I'm sorry, go to the side. You can still have an amazing view from the side.
Or go on the balcony.
No, or go on the balcony. It's quite literally not fair.
That as two short queens.
I am, as a 4'11" queen.
As a 5'3" woman, please stand. Like when we went to Five Sauce over the summer, which was just standing room only, there's like a tall guy in front of us, and you're not super tall either. But I kept having to do one of those, and I was like, can't you, like, you have to know.
Literally. Well, speaking of that, so because the guy and the girl they were so tall, I didn't really have like a good view of the lead singer, but who I did have a good view of, which was the bass player. And listen, if you know me personally, it is always the bass players. It is always the bass players. Like guitar, you know, sure. Drums, I love Arm. You know, we all know that here. But a bass player, there's nothing like a bass player.
Okay, Meghan Trainor.
Yes. I am all about that bass.
No trouble.
their bass player, guys, literally looks like Timothée Chalamet.
It is jarring how much the bassist of Inhaler looks like Timothée Chalamet, and I see no people talking about it.
I know. And you guys have
Why
both
is
seen
no one talking about this?
Literally, you guys have both seen Lady Bird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So the scene in Lady Bird where he's literally playing bass in that coffee shop.
Oh, with his band?
Band. And I was literally in this guy. Well, not I. He was in my eye line. I was not in his eye line. Wait, what did I just say? He was in my eye line.
Yeah.
The entire night. Yes.
He could not see us.
And I was like, oh my God, I literally feel like I'm watching Timothée Chalamet play bass right now. It was so weird. It was crazy.
It was really weird, and no one's talking about it, probably because their fans are so young.
I know.
Well, honestly, before you said, I had never heard of either of them.
Well, they're like not.
I'm going to have to look them up and see their faces.
You would actually, we were saying you guys would have liked that concert because it was so vibey.
Definitely Meghan for sure. Not Taylor, I think maybe would have to do a little convincing, but I think you would have had fun for the vibes.
Yeah, and
I always love a good vibe.
Yeah.
So when we were there, we somehow made our way up pretty close and for Sunroom, and then for a few of Inhaler's songs. Once they played My Honest Face and I got to dance in the pit to that, I was like, night is made. We then made our way to the back together because we said, all that matters tonight is that we can dance together and have some room to dance.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we got to hear our like, favorite songs up front, and then we just walked to the back together and we just danced the whole time together. And it was so much fun.
And this is something that I could talk about for actually 20 minutes, but I'm going to make it quick. I went this entire weekend without bringing a purse with me. I'm in my no purse era.
That was a key detail of okay, so for that night,
I literally said this to you like a couple days beforehand.
For that night, we both said the main goal was that we were going to dance together, that we were going to have fun dancing. We were going to be free.
Yes.
And we looked at each other and we were like, you bring in a purse? And Nikki was like, I kind of want to be in a no purse era right now. Mm-hmm. And I knew from going to the Måneskin concert, I didn't bring a purse, but I had like a big leather jacket. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to bring one either. I'm a notorious purse carrier. Mm-hmm. And there was something so freeing about it.
It was like, for anyone who is listening, go one night without bringing a purse. Just
see what happens.
Put your phone in your pocket. Put your couple cards in your other pocket, and put your lip gloss in your other pocket.
Actually,
I don't know.
Tip from me to you: get a old vintage or a new one, whatever, cigarette case. This is what I do. Mm-hmm. When you don't want to bring a big wallet, get a tin cigarette case. Put your cards in it, and you can put it in your bra. You can put it, you know, in a tiny pocket. It's the perfect size. It's literally pocket size.
And it's so cute, the one you have.
Yeah, it's so cute. Mine's a vintage one from Etsy, and it's perfect. It's literally so thin. It's shaped for that. So a little tip, if you want to go out, but you want your cards to be protected and stuff, get a cigarette case.
I just had the best time not having a purse.
We had not a care in the world. We were just like
being so uniquely ourselves.
We were being so uniquely ourselves, and we were literally just like holding hands, dancing. Like I didn't have to worry about anything.
It was literally just such a special moment.
It was just a special moment.
But circling it back to Louis Tomlinson, as I do. So, well, actually, one more thing. So, when we were waiting for Sunroom to come on, you know, they came on, whatever. Joe and I had this moment where, like, they literally played, like, the first 4 chords of their first song, and we, like, actually buckled at the knees.
We both dropped to our knees at the exact same time.
It was, like, just... Oh, my God. We're going to... After the pod's over, we're going to play the first song that they played. Such a good moment. Anyways. Can't wait. Me being me, I went on a Sunroom deep dive the day after, and I found out that these guys have opened for Louis Tomlinson on tour for 3 separate tours.
Wow.
He discovered them.
He's done 3 separate tours?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. I want to see Louis live so bad.
So bad.
You also want to see Sunroom?
Apparently they'll be there.
So they were like just playing shows in their like front yard.
In California.
In San Diego.
Well, it's similar to how One Direction discovered 5 Sauce.
Yeah, literally.
Didn't Louis find them too?
Yeah, Louis found them on YouTube.
And he's a notorious finder.
Well, he's just like such a music biz guy. It's like
he should be like a producer or a scout or something.
Well, he has his own record label.
Ah, yes.
He's so talented.
So he like tell I'm not a directioner.
So he
okay, carrot.
Yeah, okay, carrot. So
what is that?
I told you what a carrot is because I know a carrot.
You eat a carrot. I'm not a carrot.
Okay, carrot.
Okay, carrot.
So Louis Tomlinson discovered them because they were like, from my understanding, they were just playing shows in their front yard for their friends or whatever and just like posting it on TikTok. He found them. Mm-hmm. They went on tour with him a couple times, and they've been on tour opening for Inhaler for a while as well. But it was just like so wild that like literally everything good in my life circles back to One Direction. Like I don't think that's a coincidence.
Full circle moment.
Mm-hmm. So you know what? Sometimes there's just like an invisible string kind of tying like you to me.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know, it's the invisible string of it all. So like I'm always going to have an invisible string connected to One Direction at the end of the day.
Yeah. I would say that that's very true. And yeah, so I was like looking, you know, at YouTube videos and TikToks and whatever, and they were just like playing ping pong with Louis, and I was like, oh, that's so Louis. So
He would play ping pong.
he was like so play ping pong. So anyways,
Stellar Friday night, really great St. Patrick's Day. And Inhaler is an Irish rock band, so that was our St. Patrick's Day. The next day, which was yesterday, we went to a little place called Patrizia's.
I am down bad.
Bury me at Patrizia's.
And
I
we
want to
also-
be spread my ashes throughout Patrizia's.
We also closed down Patrizia's. Everyone had been there except for me, and everyone had said, like, it's crazy. And I was like, it's an Italian restaurant. How crazy could it be?
This is the scenes from an Italian restaurant Billy Joel was talking about.
we're gonna insert a video.
Guys, I was just flabbergasted when I walked into this place.
It's a club.
Like I said, bury me at Patrizia's.
If you're in New York, I don't know if it's anywhere outside of New York, but you're having like a birthday or a special occasion.
I
I
think
think
there
there's
is,
building one in Miami, actually, when I was looking at the website. So they are around. If you're having a birthday or something, Patrizia's is so much fun. Just like the music that they play to the food, it's really good. And they have
Bottomless.
an offer where it's $60. You get family style meal, and it's all you can drink: beer, wine, and sangria.
The food's pretty good, too.
Yeah.
They will give you red sangria, but if you ask, they will give you white.
Usually they give us both.
Oh.
I don't know why they were being stingy with the white last night.
But it was very fun.
We were there though because we were celebrating Taylor's birthday.
The big 2-4.
Yay!
You joining the club.
I don't want to be old.
Okay, well, I'm already there, so you're all going to have to meet me at some point.
Yeah, but like I was
me
talking
at
about this
our
with someone. I was like, 24, like that's just so much closer to 25, and I feel like 25 is so old.
At least for me, and so many people have debated this with me, like, in my mind, your early 20s is 20 to 23, and 24 is when your mid-20s start. I've had people tell me it starts at 25. I don't believe them. So to me, I'm in my mid-20s.
I'm 17.
I'm 16.
So like good luck with that, you two.
Have fun with her, Ryan.
Have fun with her, Ryan. So yeah, we went to Patrizia's. We closed the place out. They were playing music. We're dancing on the tables.
It's expected for you to dance on the tables. I cannot stress that enough.
We were not disrespecting the establishment. It was
Everyone
Actually-
around us was doing it as
actually,
well.
You are being disrespectful if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Because
You were waving your napkins.
there are points of the night where every single person in that restaurant is standing on their chair, waving their napkins around, dancing. And if you don't do it, you look like a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, don't really remember much after Patrizia's.
So when they sing happy birthday there, they typically would play the song by Rihanna that goes cake, 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 cake.
They
Which for some
played
reason
it.
played every 5 minutes.
They played it at least 20.
It was
I don't
everybody's
know how
birthday
many
last
people's
night.
birthdays were in there. But then we found out you could request a song.
Well, the
So-
lady like caught me off guard. She was like, she literally went, "Hey, you, come here." She like did that with her finger, like the come here thing. She's like, "Come here," from behind the bar, and I was like,
Are we getting kicked out of Patrizia's?
Really?
Wait,
Me?
what's the photo where it's like
"It's like,
that meme?
yeah, isn't that like Quen Blackwell?" And she's
Maybe. Yeah.
like, I know what you're talking
That
about.
was you.
Yes, I literally was like, "Me?" I was like, "What did I do?" And she was like, "Give me a song," and I was like, "What? Like, I don't have one." And I was thinking of all these like stupid songs that we like listen to and make fun of, but nothing to play in Patrizia's, especially when they're playing like club remixes of Pitbull, you know?
Bad Bunny was on for a hot second too.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do." So I said, "Let me circle back." So I go back to the group and I said, she asked me to request a song, and you know, I can tell her to play it when they're bringing out Taylor's little like birthday thing. What should we play? And then we landed on
Originally though, you requested Sweet Yams by Lil Yachty.
yes. How can
And
I
then
forget?
you went, are they gonna have that? And then I think you went, what about Lips of an Angel? And you were like, Lips of an Angel.
I was
Yeah.
a menace with that last night.
And it's crazy because that was the first time I heard that song. was it playing in Patrizia's.
That's such a special moment.
Yeah.
You'll never forget your first time.
So I went back to the lady and I said, this is the song we want. She couldn't hear me because it was too loud in there. So I wrote it down on the little, like, what's that thing that they
Like a
write?
receipt
pad.
Yeah, like the receipt order pad things. So I write it down. And then a couple minutes goes by and I was like, you know, let me just mention it again because there were like different people at the bar. Like there's so many people that work there. So I go back up and I say, hey, like it's my friend, we're in the pink, my friend's birthday, and we want the song to play when she's coming out. No, when the cake is coming out.
When Taylor is coming out.
When Taylor comes out of the cake.
Taylor's coming out story. So then she was like, okay, write it down. I wrote it down again. And she said,
Didn't know this all happened for me. Thank you.
She said, when they clear the plates, come back up here and tell us again. Because then we're gonna know like that it's almost time. So they clear the plates. I do it again. The third lady at the bar at this point. I write it down again. And I say, I already told another lady working here, but like someone needs to tell my waiter. And then I couldn't remember what our waiter looked like. I don't even know if you have like a certain waiter.
I think they're all just kind of pitching in.
Doing their part. So then finally, when I see that the dessert tray has been brought,
Taylor's stomach just made a noise.
I 100% picked it up.
Are we sure that it was her stomach?
It went.
Oh God.
My tummy ain't doing so well.
Okay,
All right,
continue.
we're gonna wrap it up soon. So, yeah. So then, when he came, he like put the tray of dessert on the bar, and I knew it was happening. So I went back up again, and I said, "Hello, sir." Everyone has been pointing me in your direction, and I need this song to play because it's my friend's birthday.
This is all for Lips of an Angel.
And I literally wrote it down a fourth time. Lips of an Angel by Hinter. And he was like, all right, I'll see if we have it. And I was like, you have Spotify on an iPad right there. I can just type it in. Please just let me cue it up. Like, I don't want to write it down again. So I wrote it down again. And guess what? We got Lips of an Angel
We
for you.
did.
Thank
you very much.
Yeah.
I only know the chorus to Lips of an Angel, so
Honey,
it starts
why
playing.
you calling me so late?
It starts playing, and I turn to Meghan and I go, oh, I wish this was Lips of an Angel.
I have it on video because I'm recording Taylor on my Snapchat, so I have it going. And then you go, I wish this was Lips of an Angel. And I go, this is Lips of an Angel. And you went, there's no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I was made a fool of in Patrizia's,
And you were just kind of having the time of your life listening
yeah.
to Lips
You
of an
should've.
Angel.
Yeah.
as you should have.
My little angel.
Thank you. I don't feel like a little angel.
Who has the lips of an angel?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So then we kind of, at this point, because our reservation's at 9:45, it's going to go ahead and be about midnight at this
Yep.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we're kind of wrapping up at Patrizia's. You know, the staff, they have taken the tablecloths off the tables. They're kind of just sitting there counting money at this point.
They were literally sitting in the corner counting money.
It is time to go.
Mm-hmm.
So then you go, because there's 11 of us, so we had to take 2 Ubers. So you take one group, and we go to this bar. And you know what?
Name drop them.
I have beef. Hair of the dog. So you guys go to Hair of the Dog, whatever you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So then our Uber comes probably about like 5 minutes later, not even. And we all go with another group to the bar. So then we get there. The other half of our group goes in. We hang out outside for a moment. Hair of the Dog, count your days.
Count
So
your days.
We go in the separate Uber. We get there. Everyone goes in. We decide to be a little naughty and have a drunk cigarette.
Listen,
So
I enjoy a drunk cigarette every now and then. Out of all of the bad things I could be doing in life, a drunk cigarette is pretty low on the list.
you know,
so.
I can count on one hand how many cigarettes I've
Yes.
smoked in my life.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
you know what? Sue
it
me.
was a special occasion.
Sue me. It was Taylor's
Sue me.
birthday.
It was
Sue
my
me.
birthday.
So then we're all kind of chatting out there, having the cigarette, and then it's now time to go. Or
I came out.
Wait, no.
No.
Because before that, some guy, which I think is possibly a key piece in this story.
No, he is
we
a
don't
key
know.
piece. He is a key piece.
He comes out, he starts hitting on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm immediately not interested. So then we're just kind of there, just chatting with him. I tell him, once again, my name is Mary. I'm from North Carolina. You are from Jacksonville, Florida. And you are from L.A.
Mm-hmm.
LA girl.
Because, honestly, I love lying.
And this guy was he was obviously making Meghan really, he was making all of us uncomfortable, but he was hitting on Meghan specifically. And he was obviously making her really uncomfortable. She's not looking at him. She's, just basically, he's saying, like, can I have your number? Can I have your number? And she's like, no.
I'm giving him one-word answers.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm not even from here, And he was just being really creepy, really weird. When she said that I was from Florida, he was like, I dated a stripper from Florida once. She was crazy. We were all literally like, please,
and we're all going,
leave us
wow.
alone. There was a cop behind him, and the club must have like, cops like canvass the the block or something when it's high traffic, like on Saturday nights. And he had like a little walkie-talkie, and he was speaking into it. I couldn't tell what he was saying, but I'm kind of standing there thinking, because your back was to him. Mm-hmm. I'm standing there thinking, you are watching this guy be incredibly weird and creepy to us, where you're obviously not interested and you're uncomfortable, and they're not doing anything about it.
3 teenage girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's the thing is, he was like, how old are you guys? How old are you? We say whatever, and he's like, you look way younger. You're trying to pick up someone who you think looks younger than 23.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're in your 30s. That's disgusting. Also, some guy walked up to me and Nikki at the same time, and he said, what did he say? I don't even remember what he said.
Was he asking you for a cigarette?
No, that was a different. That was the secondary, the tertiary location. He like walked up to us, and then he said something. And what did he say? He went, should I walk away?
It was really, really
It was
bad.
really awkward.
It was like he was trying to hit on us, and it was pathetic.
It was so bad. We didn't even give him a response, and he looked at us and he was like, should I walk away? And we just said like, yeah, like we're girlfriends. Walk away.
And he was by himself, and he just like walked away.
Yeah.
He literally just like came up and like stood next to me and was like staring at me for a second. He didn't even like have a pickup line or
I wish I was outside for this. I feel like I would have said
You would have loved it.
I would have.
You could have dropped another 4 cigarettes on the ground.
But anyway, so
it was a mini movie.
So that guy
last night was a movie.
So that guy ends up leaving us alone. He leaves Meghan alone. What I don't remember how. Taylor then comes out, and we are standing there.
She's
for
like,
like,
where are you guys?
Yeah, we're standing there for a few minutes talking and stuff. Then we're like, okay, let's all go in together now, so the group can rejoin. We're showing our IDs to the bouncer. Meghan's in front of me, and he goes, oh, can you just step to the side for a second? To you. So I'm thinking like, oh, the place is like crowded or something. He's asking all of us to step to the side. So I just go next to you. I don't go in.
I thought he like flagged my ID for being fake, and I was like, oh, because I look like a baby.
So I'm next to you, and he turns to you and goes, so we can't let you in. I'm being told that you are too intoxicated.
Originally, he just said the group. He said, I can't let you guys in.
Yeah, well, he said that.
Well, because I
then
think
he
you
turned
stood
to
next to me.
Yeah.
So then he's like, oh, they're not going without her.
Yes.
Whatever. So then
I wasn't
he's
going
like,
in
I can't
without
let
you.
the group in. So I was like, can I ask why? He goes, they said you guys are too one of you's too intoxicated. So I was like, would you mind, like, can I know which one? Like, I swear we're fine. And he was like, they said the blonde. I went,
I was there for that, and I went, sir, I am being honest. She is fine. I went, I am way worse than her. And he was like, well, you're hiding it very well. I wouldn't think you were drunk. And I went, sir, let's not lie here.
I mean, I was drunk, but that was like, I wasn't even
I'm
bad.
gonna say this because
I was way worse.
I think out of everyone there, me and Nikki were probably the most sober out of the group. And he said, when he said that to you, about, oh, we were told it's a blonde, he said, we got a call in. And I was like, I know it was that cop behind us because he was talking on something. And I just know it. I have no proof, but I know it. And it was just so disappointing because I was just thinking, like, this guy was making us so uncomfortable, and they read the situation as this girl is drunk and they don't do anything about it. That was whatever.
And then I was trying to bargain with the bouncer. I was like, hey. I was like, I'm fine. I was like, is there anything you could talk to? I was like, is there someone I can talk to? Like,
you're having a full conversation with him.
I'm okay.
Obviously, you're not.
And he's like, they're not letting you in tonight. And I was like, well, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, and he was listen, I get that if he's told to do something, he has to do his job, whatever, that's fine. But we were saying, okay, let's tell everyone inside to come out. And he was like, you can't do that here. You all have to go, like, you can't be around here. And it was like,
we had to walk literally 5 feet to the building next door and stand in front of that.
Yeah.
But also, if I was incredibly drunk, I would have started arguing with him.
Yeah.
That should have been a telltale sign that I was fine, that I was like, no, like, I can 100% respect what you're saying, but, like, is there someone I can talk to? Because my friends are in there. I want to go in.
My friends are in there.
Yeah, it was, I've never seen that happen in real life.
Well, then we went to a better bar.
Yeah, but also, hair of the dog, count your days. And also, if you want to go to hair of the dog, don't.
Yeah. They apparently just will not let you in for no reason at all. So,
yeah.
I honestly couldn't remember if it was fun or not.
You guys were in there maybe like 5-10 minutes before you came out.
Yeah. I mean, the vibes looked off.
And then we walked 5 minutes to 1-in-1, which was pretty dead, but it was kind of fun because then we were downstairs in the downstairs part. I don't know why I said it like that. Downstairs part. They had a DJ and no one was down there, so it was kind of like we had our own little like area to ourselves. We could really like dance. I once again did the worm for some reason. Taylor was putting like on her phone, trying to get the DJ to play songs, one of which was Lips of an Angel.
Which he did. I did clock in for work, and I
Taylor did go behind the bar.
I don't know how I ended up behind the bar. I danced with the bartender.
If Taylor doesn't clock in for a shift on a night out, then it's not a good night for Taylor. If she is not behind the bar working, then
I did that in Puerto Rico too. Why is that my thing?
Crying, laughing. That is so funny.
If Taylor's not doubling as the bouncer.
If she's literally not pulling a double.
Always on the clock.
Taylor just loves side hustles so much.
Like, why is that your thing?
I have no clue.
Free labor.
I guess.
Oh my god.
That's when you start doing the worm, we need to say, when I get behind the bar or I'm the bouncer, send me home.
Put her in an Uber. So that was the weekend debrief.
Yeah.
Which is to why I look like this.
But we also have one more story from before the weekend, last week, about how Operation Save Nikki went into effect.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna.
You are in timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout.
I did nothing that
No,
bad.
you did. So I
This didn't even affect you.
just to preface this story, I was on a business trip. So I was nowhere near the area.
For her side hustle, you were clocked in at a bar.
For my actual job, I was on a business trip. And Nikki can go forward with the story of her date.
Are you really mad at me for this?
No, but you were I put you in timeout.
Well, because this was like
You
almost
scared
a
her.
week ago.
Because you scared her.
us.
Well, am I out of timeout since it was over a week ago now?
Yeah.
So I had told the girls that I was going on a date and like where I would be. And I show up to the bar that we were meeting at, and I was there like 2 minutes before him. And I see that he is wearing a suit and a bow tie.
Mm-hmm. And tell us what you then texted our group chat.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also not to that point yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Don't rush me. You wanted me to explain it? I'm going to draw this out.
You know what? I would love to hear the whole thing.
She's telling her truth.
Yeah.
Speaking her truth.
So he was wearing a suit and a bow tie. And there's so many things to say here, but I think that it can all be summed up into time and place, you know?
Uh-huh.
I don't hate a suit or a bow tie, and I'm not mad at him for wearing it. And I just think that there's a time and place to wear a suit and a bow tie. I don't think first date at a bar is that. So the first thing I said to him was like, where are you coming from? Because, you know, you are like so dashing.
Wearing black tie, if you
were
will.
Literally in black
Come
tie.
from a gala?
Yeah, prom. So he said that he just came from work. And I was like, oh, do you guys have a really strict dress code? And he was like, no, this is like just how I dress. And I was like, oh.
He was so uniquely himself.
He was so uniquely himself. And listen,
He wasn't going to change for anybody. And at the end of the
No,
day, you have
ma'am.
to respect.
and I do respect that. And out of respect, I did go ahead and ghost him. Respectfully.
Well, he deserves someone who's going to absolutely love the fact that he
Yeah.
wore black tie on the first date. And he should settle for nothing less.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So I saw the bow tie, and he just didn't it's not that he looked differently than he looked the same, but he just presented in a completely different way that we had been messaging and that I like expected him to be on his profile, which, you know, that's just online dating. It
Yeah.
happens.
It's the reality.
Yeah. So I was just I did judge him a little too soon. So I texted in our group chat and I said,
Guys, all caps. Get me out. All caps.
he was
No
wearing a
follow-up.
bow tie.
And then
No,
proceeded.
no, but you did not say he's wearing a bow tie.
But that's why I said it.
Yeah, but we did not know that.
That's the
But
thing.
I'm telling the
Yes.
story.
If the third message had said, guys, get me out, he's in a bow tie in all caps, we would have been like, she's safe.
Yeah,
she's
she's
not
safe.
getting murdered
Here's
by a
the
man in a bow
thing,
tie.
though, is I'm getting a lot of resentment from this side of the room, and no one was mad at me the night of the date.
no one is mad at
No
you.
one is mad at you.
No one's mad
No.
at you.
Taylor
Not
just put
mad.
you in a temporary timeout for some reason.
No, okay.
Feeling some
No.
like, hard feelings.
Taylor, I think, had FOMO because she couldn't. She
was
didn't-
working at the bar.
She
Yeah.
didn't know what was happening. So what happened was, so she says that in the group chat, right? And we all have each other's location, so we could see that she was still there. But it goes radio silent. Nikki's been on a bunch of dates, and I've never ever had like any inkling of like a worrying message from her that would make me go like, "Ooh, should I go there?" I saw that, and I was like, if you don't respond within 10 minutes, I'm coming down there.
It was, Nikki, why aren't you answering?
Yes.
Are you stolen?
Well,
Nikki.
'cause here's the thing. So when I had my phone out, it was because
I know.
we like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm telling for the listeners.
I mean like
We know.
no.
We know.
I mean like you didn't want to be rude on the
Yeah.
date.
No,
So
we
I-
get that now, but
Yeah, so I had like scanned the QR code and we were looking at the menu on our phones, and that's when I sent it because that was like it was like right away.
Oh, I didn't know you sent it when you were scanning the QR code. I thought you had gone to the bathroom.
No. I was literally sitting there.
I didn't know that.
I was sitting at the table. So like literally the only thing that I could send was like one message right away before he would be like, oh,
She's texting.
She's
Yeah.
texting. She's not looking at the menu. And I didn't want to be rude because he wasn't being rude. He was just,
Uniquely himself.
just uniquely himself.
Yeah, you don't want to throw the vibes off.
Yeah,
so early
I
on
did, and I
either.
would hate if someone did that to me. So I
Yeah.
like just sent literally just
Oh.
like one quick message, which,
One quick,
when-
guys, get me out.
when I was thinking on it, like I had, we had went up to the bar and we ordered our drink, and when I was thinking about it for like 10, 15 minutes had gone by, and I was like, yeah, I definitely should like go to the bathroom and like follow up on it. And when I go to the bathroom and look at my phone, it was about the exact, almost down to like the second that JoJo and Meghan walk into the bar.
So to preface, Meghan and I in the group chat said, okay, if she doesn't respond within like 10 minutes, let's meet at this place, because we knew where it was, because Nikki had actually told us where it was, but we had her location so we could see if they were going to move or not. So I was about to step into the shower. Meghan was about to get into the shower at Equinox.
I was at the gym.
So we both accidentally arrived in uniform. We both had our hair in
Greasy ponytails.
greasy ponytails, sunglasses for anonymity, and big Sherpas. So we walk in. So now to give you the parallel.
We will also insert photos.
Yes.
And a video will be posted on TikTok because I did make a video collage of the night.
We walk in. We're canvassing. She turns and she goes, I think he's the one in the suit and bow tie.
He's the only one there sitting alone.
And I was like, wait, because I didn't see you. We sit down, full like sunglasses on, pony. You would have not recognized me in a million years. Who sees us but Nikki?
So I walk out of the bathroom and I see them, and the way that they were sitting, like they couldn't see me until I had basically already like sat down. So by this point, they had put 2 and 2 together that I'm on a date with a guy who's wearing a suit and a bow tie. And yeah, so the rest of the night happened. JoJo and Meghan moved to a different table that was like a little more, we were in each other's eye line a little bit more. And it was just funny, like we were making eye contact and this poor guy just had no idea.
It was all, like, honestly, it was, at least for Meghan and I, a lot of fun.
We were having the time of our life.
Like, it was so much fun.
We were giving him a backstory.
Yeah, we were, I mean, and also it was the idea that, listen, at the end of the day, you have friends who if they think you're in danger, they will show up for you. But we were saying, like, what's stopping us from just, if one of the people in our group is going out on a date, the rest of the group just
showing up in Sherpas and sunglasses.
Showing up in full disguises to have fun in the back to make sure that if someone needs to be rescued, we can. If, you know, there's anything that goes wrong, someone is there. And if not, we're at the same place on 2 opposite ends, just having a great time.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like the date party. Like,
yeah, it was like the date party.
Yeah, it was literally like our...
Except we had no dates.
Yeah. We were each other's dates.
We were each other's dates.
Yeah, so...
It was also Pi Day.
It was Pi Day. So yeah, it was just a very nice date. He was very nice and funny. We just were 2 people who were not meant to be together. Star-crossed lovers separated by time and, what is it, time and distance?
time and space?
Time and space.
I thought you were
Lovers separated by time and circumstance.
Time and circumstance,
I'd
whatever
say you
it
were
is.
separated by a bow tie.
Yeah.
Lovers separated by time and bow ties.
Yeah. So, then it's time to go, and I'm thinking, how are we going to leave at the same time when I have to go back because JoJo and Meghan are still at the bar? Can't just go home and then not circle back with them. They came all this way for me. So I was like looking on my phone and like, God help if he ever sees. He never will, but I will feel so bad because he was a really nice guy.
Well, you keep saying he was nice and he was funny, you know.
It just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking on my phone and I was like, oh, I don't know which subway I'm taking because I was waiting for him to say like which way he was going, and then I said, oh, like, you know, I got here on like Prince Street or whatever, and he's like, oh, I can take the RW, I can take that train. So thankfully he was going to Uptown and I was going downtown. So we're walking. Oh, and another thing, he wasn't wearing a jacket. And this was literally like the coldest in one day, I think, this entire year, or even like winter season that we actually had snow.
Yeah, that was the day it snowed.
Yes. And he was not wearing a jacket. He was literally wearing a suit jacket. And so we were walking in the cold. My scarf is like quite literally horizontal with the ground because it is so cold outside.
Parallel.
It was literally blowing everywhere. My scarf was literally blowing like this out. And so then he's like, oh, you know, I'm going uptown, and when the way we were walking is the uptown. We passed the uptown one first. So he goes down, and then I just like, wait for him to, and I just circle right back and meet them outside the bar.
It felt like the longest 10 minutes of my life because me and Meghan, we had both, you know, not eaten since lunchtime that day, and we thought that maybe the place you guys were going was like a bar restaurant or like a bar that had some snacks. No food in sight.
It was just in a straight alcohol bar.
It was straight alcohol.
Wow.
So we are feral by the time that date ends, and we're like, we're going to the diner and getting pie. It's Pie Day. I'm starving. Like you said, it was freezing out. We both had ponytails. My ponytail was in a vortex like a troll doll in the wind. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my date story. Sorry to Taylor for
Scaring you like that.
I was so far
me.
away. I couldn't do anything. I felt helpless.
Aw.
Like a mother and her child.
Yeah.
Well, for the next date one of us goes on, the other 3 need to
Make themselves available.
make themselves available and plan our disguises.
Yeah.
I'll buy mustaches.
Yeah.
Warren mustaches.
A Warren mustache.
Warren.
So thank you guys so much
I'll save it for
for
when we
bearing
need
with
something.
us through this cozy episode of it, and I've always said that podcast.
Podcast.
I said the
Podcast. So we would love if you guys had any crazy ideas for episode 10.
Oh, yeah.
You know, our first little milestone, if you will. If you have anything, you can email us. You can comment it on this YouTube video that you may be watching it on. If you follow our TikTok, send any ideas our way.
Hell yeah, brother.
And on that
Hell
note,
yeah, brother.
we bid you adieu.
Ta-ta, and see you next time.
And all links you need will be down below for you to pop a click on.
Hopefully next time I'll be more lively.
Yeah.
No promises, though.
Bye.
Bye.